Well, hello everyone. Welcome into Flying with Mike, strictly on YouTube on this one. We're not streaming it live. So if you are interested, catch us on Twitch, Flying with Mike. You'll find us real easy. Just type in Flying with Mike under X Plane and voila, you'll see us there. However, this will not come up over there. We're testing out the FJS 727. We've been having a lot of problems with it here of late, and mainly I thought it was due to the SAM suite. So, folks, if any of you who watch this are from the SAM suite people, and I don't know your company name, so my apologies. I sent you all a service ticket the night before. Well, it ain't your program. It's actually this one. It's actually the FJS or FJSim 727. So, and I'm not sure. I mean, I look at that log, folks. It's like gibberish to me. I can't figure out what's triggering the CTDs, but we're going to try one last attempt in this bird to make a long haul, Miami to Nassau. And it's only 150 miles, so let's get up in the cockpit and get after it. All right, so we're up here. We've already got the power on, APU's on. We were in the process of boarding the aircraft. By that I mean making sure our numbers and all are correct, because I forgot we had to update NavGraph, folks. Warning out there today. Hang on a second. March 24th. Update your nav data if you haven't already. Also, those of you who have been chomping at the bit for the MD-11, it should be out. I have not checked. I'm not one of those that are going to rush off and buy it. X-Plane 12 is supposedly in the coming soon. So we'll see. So I have no intentions right now of running off and rushing into it and buying it when we're going to get a new sim. Rumors abound saying flight factor aircraft are good. Haven't heard about Felis and a couple of other paywares that I think I have. So we'll kind of feel it out as it comes out, folks. I don't know how long X-Plane 11 was out, but I know it's been out since 2020 in the August timeframe, because that's when I finally crossed over to the light from the dark side of Microsoft. All right, so let's get Sim Toolkit up here and do a quick look at our flight. Sim Toolkit, where are you? There you are. All right, so loadout showing 90 people, 21,000. I think we're running with no cargo. Okay, so that makes this pretty simple. This kind of looks like last night's flight. So cool, we'll run with it. So we got a night. Okay, you all can't see that. So the goal here is to reach the zero fuel weight of 22,856. Away with you, Sim Toolkit. All right. So 90 peeps. Let's be nice and throw them up, fill up first class, and then work our way through the cabin. Where are we at? Two more to go. Let's put them all in the tail. There we go. Where are we at number-wise? Oh, we're going to be putting some cargo on. All right, let me take a look at this again. 22,856. Now let's first bring on a lot more. Let's do it this way. There we go. That looks like a decent load, and we need to get to 122,856, I think. If I put one right there, and a couple more peeps in the nose. 770. Put one there. That'll work. All right, so there we go, folks. We got the people, and we were able to take some cargo with us. That's pretty cool. So we're going to be 123 or 123,000 pounds, zero fuel weight. Total fuel for this run, the Sim Toolkit showed us. 17,272. Wow. All right, so well, we'll go with it. That's a lot of fuel for such a short run. And what I'm doing is just doing it so they all come down to 17,000. Stop right there. Oh, wait, you're not seeing that. Sorry, folks. Okay, what I was doing was clicking here. My apologies. And we're going for 272. So let's click it one more time. That'll work. All right, so 17,460 pounds of fuel will get us 600 miles. Top altitude of flight level 360, we're not worried about. So we're loaded. All right, so checklist time. Right, our battery, let's just get on over here. The battery is, if for those not familiar with FlyJSim's, right up top here is on. The APU is on. We'll get to that in a minute. Now, when I first come to the plane, what I'll do is, here, let me see if it'll play. Oh, not that one, that one. Okay, let me just kind of move it out of the way. I bring up the options, and again, that is this one right here in the middle. Then I come down, click GPU and air cart, so I can start cooling or heating depending on the season, the air cabin, without burning fuel. Once I've done that, then I get rid of it. Okay. And commence with my pre-checks. So battery switch, then I turn on. This light will light up. Click to on. Then I'll move my essential power to external power, so it's all the way to the right. I'll move my secondary one all the way to the right. I'm not sure what that one's called. Huh. Interesting. And then I commence with my light checks. You heard me say it, folks. I will actually click on every bulb lit or not lit. And believe it or not, occasionally you run across one that's not working. To include these actually get replaced. It's quite intricate. Then I'll set my pressures, 24,000, 1,000 over, and my landing altitude, Nassau, is 14 feet above sea level, I think. 0. And then I come down. There just went the APU. All right, so we'll get the generator back up and running. And then we'll look over here and look there, the generator failed again. Oh, yeah, you got to actually physically turn it off, folks. Okay, it's now repaired. So what I'm going to do is get the air cart back on. Takes, as you saw, 45 seconds. All right, and here we go. Back on. There we go. And then I go through checking, and you saw it right there, a standby light, which I knew then meant it was off. Okay. Once we have air resumed, we will begin the boarding process. We'll just stay on the land power till it's time to fire up. Pretty simple. Here comes the air into the plane. Pack. Just watching temperatures here. Pack 2. Okay, so then they can get back to what they need to do. All right. So that's what I do, folks. Go through, checked all my lights. I've done that already. We're back on ground power again. That's fine. Mechanic is back there. Maybe we'll have an APU to go long enough. I still think my crash to desktops is this plane, not SAM, not anything to do with X-Plane, but FJSim. I think something in here needs to be either updated or removed. But I don't know the plane enough to make that call. Okay, so back to the checklist. All right, so now we come to the overhead, and we basically just go down the panels. There's a light bulb to be checked, we check it, and so forth. Okay. All right, so everything's good there. Come down to the middle. We're all pretty well set up for the flight. Or check. Radar's off. Altimeter's set. We're ready to go. Radars, radio, window heat, pack signs, emergency lights, all set. All right, now is when we need to try the APU one more time. Okay, so APU to on. In a 3 count, we turn it off. Takes also about a 45-second to a minute start. And we'll see how this time goes. All right, so while we wait on it, they are beginning to board the aircraft right now. So once we're fired up, we'll be ready to go. Okay, and once it's fired up, which it's almost to the max, we'll see if it comes down or goes up.
Miami traffic, American 1921, taxiing runway 08 right. Miami traffic.
All right, so let's see if it's fired up now. And it is. Okay, we're on the generator again. So we bring our
Miami
switch
traffic
over.
UPS 2077 heavy departing runway 08 right to the north.
Okay, and we're warming up. All right, so we are ready to go, folks. And let's not make haste. All right, so next checklist before start. Oh, we've already done
Night
that.
traffic, American 1921, Lynden, 08 right. We'll hold for 1 minute after the.
All right, so I just turned Unicom off on VATSIM. Sorry, folks. Beacons on. Galley power off. Packs are off. We're going to make sure all of this for startup. PSI up to 30. And it's right at 40. Let you see that. And engine bleeds are open. So here we go. Let's get the jetway away. Okay, we are not pushing back. Engine start is as follows. Beacon on. We will go in the sequence of 2, 1, 3. So here we go. And what we're going to be watching for are the starts to open, start valve open, and N2 build. 20% is right where the arrow is. As soon as we hit it, we come down here and go fuel on. Going from idle cutoff to, or from idle cutoff to idle. And we can watch them fire up. Okay, we're stable. Let's start, as I said, number 1. You can see 20s right there. The needle's almost there. Starting, moving to idle, number 1. Fuel's on. EGT coming up. N1 building. Fuel flow looks good. When the amber light for number 1 goes out here, folks, technically we're good to go for number 3. Like to make sure things stabilize out. Okay. Okay. Watching the needle last time. There it goes at 20 now. And we're watching the needles. Everything looks good. The one thing I miss from the 747 that the 727 never had was the engine gauges over there on the panel. Okay, we are all set to go. All right, last things we need to do first, get over here. Let's get on the generators. Okay. All right, on top, probe heaters on. Lights will go out. We're not running anti-ice. Flight control check will do, and we'll set the flap. Oh, we can't set the flaps yet. Okay, we've got the power on. I'm going to go ahead and kill the APU. Pack's on. And we'll get the galley power reestablished. Okay. Gauges all look good. Drives and hertz are looking good. All right. And let's get the, oh, we never turned the A system off. Okay, that's what was wrong down here. Okay, and we're ready to go, folks. Now all we got to do is finish up the after start checks. Okay, so anti-ice, pitot heat's on. Flight instruments are set for departure. Check our controls. I just noticed there's really nothing that checks your aileron inside here. What light did I turn on? Oh, somehow I turned the taxi light on. Okay. I was like, why am I seeing that move? Then just do a freedom of movement check. Okay. And continuing on, speed brakes are down. Flaps are going to 20 now. There we go. And we show 20, 20, and 20. All right. Galley power's on. Electrical lights, none. Fuel heat is off. APU is off. Pressure is set. We'll leave it in flight or ground for now, and we're talking the flight ground switch. And bleeds are on. And packs are on. EPRs we're going to set right now. Okay. Going to come up here. So we're going to do a flaps 20 takeoff. 117, 117, 129 set bugs. There we go. Then to set the trim, all you do, come down, click the green band. Okay, folks, since this is such a short flight, I am going to get the ILS set up for Henze, execute, and we'll go to legs. Reason I'm doing this, it is such a short flight, we're going to go up and we're going to come down. So really quick on this one, folks. So, and I'll be shocked if we make it, and I'll be happy if we make it. So, all right, here we go. Power back time. So Last checks were 0 fuel weight's good, EPR, we know our speeds. Stape trim is set, minimum cleanup altitude. Want to clean up where we have 0 flaps out, will be at minimum of 3,000 feet. Flaps retractions schedule is gonna be, okay, after 129, we'll go to flaps 10 at 39, 59, and be cleaned by 200. All right, so electrical probe heat, making sure weather radar transponder. We're going to go ahead and get the transponder going and bring that forward. Okay. All right, folks, here we go. Power back time. Take it nice and easy, folks. Make sure the area behind us is clear. Okay, before taxi, all set. Get that radio back on Unicom. And here we go, folks. 4, and let's get up here, get that now, get that taxi light all on. Don't need the strobes yet. Miami traffic, Clipper 14 taxi to runway 12. And we do have quite a lengthy taxi, folks, so we'll just kind of follow along with us as we head all the way up to the north end of the airfield. All right, and sorry if I kind of seem off my game from my normal streams. It's just I'm just pretty much on guard for a crash to desktop somewhere between here and there. Where there is, I don't know, and I'm hoping we don't have one, but realizing we probably will. And that's why we're not live streaming this, folks. But if it goes through, well, amen. That's one flight down out of many that have, over the course of 2 weeks here, folks, I've crashed a desktop twice from New Orleans to Kansas City, and in essence, twice from Miami over to Nassau. So, although the second one occurred, I had deleted, I had SAM2 still in there, deleted it, uninstalled it, removed SAM3 from the plugins, fired up the same aircraft, same spot, same airport, Miami. Got the ground cart going, got the air cart going, put the put the power on the bus. Went to put the air into the packs, bloop, down it went. So far we're going as far as we did with SAM suits in it. Here's the interesting fact here that it's probably, I've narrowed out that because I tried updating my original, as they call it now, legacy SAM suite, and it errored
Miami
on me.
traffic, UPS 2332 for established runway 12.
And it errored. So I went, got the new one, put it in, and the 747-200 works great. 400 works great. Well, I don't ever use it with the 400 because I'm always cargo. But the 747-200 with Pan Am or TWA or whoever I use went great. Zemo even went great. And I thought this one was going well. And then, like I said, about a week and a half ago, boom, we've been having problems. I don't know if there's an update to the 727 I have. I've seen a lot of posts about some plugin that's inside of it that could be the pause. I don't know how to disable it. Well, I know one way, but I don't know what it'll do overall to the plane. So that's what's been going on. So basically, this is a guinea pig flight, so to speak, test flight. So we'll be at the end of the runway here shortly. So let's get those before takeoff checks going. Departure plan set, oil cooler. We need that is over here on the, put that in normal, or oh, I'm sorry, ground. Fuel heats off, auto pack switch, which is right up top here, to normal. And start switches. Just make sure we're still going straight. Start switches will close out. Any ice packs will be running with packs. Let's make sure they are on. They are right now. APU flaps are set and start levers are at idle. We're cleared to go. Got a feeling we're going to be seeing a lot of MD-11s of coming out, folks. Coming out of the woodwork. Speaking of which, look, right there's one. It's not one of my favorite planes at all, folks. Like I said, I'm in no rush to get it. Now, if I hear it's compatible, will be compatible with 12, maybe. But for now, it's not really up high on my hit parade list to have. Much to the chagrin of one of my regular pilots that love to fly with us, Hawker 125. So, but as I tell him, I will tell everyone else. Just because I don't fly it and you like the plane, go get it, folks. Okay, now that was hilarious. That was one wild sidestep, folks. All right, let's hold short here real quick. Okay, brake set. Okay, as it says at the top, we are flying for Guardian Air Alliance. If you're interested in it, come over to our Discord channel, folks. We'd love to have you. And I'll walk you more through it. So, but it's a great airline if you're looking for one. Okay, so I'm going to set a couple of things here real quick. 240 on my speeds. Again, Let's go through them so we have them fresh. 116, 116, 128. Okay, and it will help us. Takeoff checks. Oil cooler, okay, all good. Let's double check with this one. Stape trim, just making sure. Okay, we're good. Next one, takeoff. All right, start switch is guarded transponder on. Okay. Landing lights, not yet. And auto pack, good. We're good to go. I'm going to do a quick traffic check here. I have nobody out there on the finals, so here we go. Miami traffic, Clipper 14, departing runway 12. Off. Checking left, cleared for takeoff. Airspace to the right, cleared for takeoff. UPS doesn't know where to park, but that's okay. This is the flight sim, not the real world. In the real world, he would have gone to the right spot to the north of us. All right, we're through the hold line, so strobe's on. Let's go ahead, kick them all on. Again, clear right. Clear for takeoff. One thing I do want to check, so we'll come to a halt. Maybe. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can do it quickly enough. 87%. No, it doesn't give me a nose up attitude to aim for. So we're going to go. Let's just see what we do. Okay, there's 50%. And we are stable, going full power. Okay, flaps 1. Let's head towards Virginia Key. Somehow I don't think this is how this departure is supposed to work.
Miami traffic, present on morning speed wings 410. Taxing to runway 8 right via Mike 2.
Okay. Just need to quickly get things. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Pull the power back a little. Flaps are indeed up. Need 92. And we're in climb. All right, folks, after takeoff checks time. Direct skips. And after takeoff, seatbelts, anti-ice. Let's see what's going on back here. Back to cutout. Gear flaps are up. Let me make sure the gears are off. No, they're not. Let's do that. Okay, and flaps are up. Auto packs back. Let's check the pressure one more time. May have to close. I will keep them like this for now. Okay, hydraulics, all good. What's going on here? But our fuel pumps are good. And pressurization check, go to flight. All right, we're climbing away, folks. Just past 10,000 feet, so we'll switch back into vertical speed. Nose down a little bit. Let's get rid of this. Shoot for 280. See if the plane's accelerating any. Very little. Bring it down. I kind of missed the wheel on the 747-200, folks. Granted, being up in the front where your head is, not down here on the bottom, it actually says some feet per minute on the side, so it really helps. And while I'm at it, let's come up, come over, back up again. Let's get that sucker on. Hey, we're on INS. We're just following out this. We're just waiting for the needle to reach 280. There we go. All right, so we're now back in INS. Go to nav, altitude select GPS, we're good. All right, folks. All right, so now the crash to desktop that occurred on my first attempt occurred right around Nicholas Town. Actually, no, just after Skips. So we'll see how this fares. Now, the second crash to desktop that happened to me from New Orleans to Kansas City, I actually made it to the airport. I actually was able to do what I normally do on my streams, show the landings in a couple of different angles. Came back to the gate, boom, that's when it crashed to desktop. So we'll see how this one fares. Okay, we're coming up on 18,000, so we'll set 2992. And we got past, we actually got leveled off. So and there we go through 18,000. You know what I still have on? My lights. And ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We've turned the fasten your seatbelt sign off so that our flight attendants can provide you with service. We will be at top of climb here very quickly and then in short order coming back down. So we'll try to keep the sign off as long as possible. Again, thanks for flying Pan American. Okay, altitude select is on. VOR lock is on. Now, this aircraft does not have auto throttle, so you will have to maintain that yourself. Okay, we're leveling off. Yeah, Alice Town, Skips area would have been about where the crash to desktop happened. I'm going to go ahead and pull back since we're going to be pretty much staying at about 300. And let's grab that top of descent, which is right in front of us, folks. Keep that speed under control. Progress, 25 miles. Okay. So we are level. Let's see. Let's do this real quick. I am going to, and I've noticed off one streamer, I really like what he did. Let me. All right, so there's the chart showing our departure, which I meant to have up. Here's our chart of our arrival. We're going to be coming to Hensey, up to Muni, and then on to the ILS. Okay. Now that means we're going to be flying more of a 298 to get to Hensey, so that's why I have 12.7 in. Okay. Skips, skip back out, is 49. We just crossed it, so we are on our way to Swim, Woozy, Elkoi, and then RJ. And we will be in the descent here momentarily. We need to cross Muni at 2,000. So what's our minimum? 2,000 in the arc. Okay. So 298, 29 would be 118. Okay. Okay, let's come down here, flip this over. and we're going to start down to 5,000. Okay, and what I'm going to do, we'll go ahead and slow down. Actually getting further than we did earlier. We never got to top of descent unless I blew through it. Okay, and I don't have an altitude for RJ, but I do have one for Hinsey. 5,000. Well, we're going to come down to about 3,000, so we can come right around on that arc at a nice, easy, comfortable pace. It's 14 miles to the runway when we hit Muni, so that'll work out great. Okay, there's our speed matched. Okay. Give it a little bit of thrust here to keep 280 till we get under, say, 15,000, and then we'll kind of pull back to slow up for our 250 for the under 10,000. They were a little fast coming off on the power. Okay, let's see how we're doing. Okay, we're holding speed really good through 17. Our altimeter setting is 3006. Okay. Nope, this one. Okay, and 3006 on the backup. All right. Now, okay, so that'll be 43. Getting really close. Okay, let's go ahead. We're already slowed down. Good deal. All right, now we have to turn the seatbelt signs on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've kept the signs off as long as possible. Flight attendants prepare for landing. We are about 10 minutes from landing. Speaking of landing, let's talk performance. 30, 125 will be our ref. All right, and we'll get the flaps going at 200. Okay, get those lights back on. RJ. All right, now we should turn to, I think I said a 118. Okay, now our ILS frequency again was 110.1. All right, and heading wise, we can't set there, so all right, and since we have probably only a few miles to go, I'm going to slow us down to 220. Make it 200. Okay, and we're coming up on 5,000. Arc starts at 14, so we're going to be level here for quite a while. Get that speed back up here, dial, to help me out. There we go. We're leveling off at 5,000. And I'll go ahead and close this. That way you got a better view of this approach. Oh, we're a little fast. Well, we've gotten a lot farther here, folks, than we did on the first attempt. Speed brakes are in. Okay, and we're just crossed Prune, headed to Hinsey. All right, now we're going to go ahead and let her slow to 220. We're distance-wise 29 out. So yeah, that's good to be down to 220 at this point. And all right, folks, we know the drill. 110.1 CILS, approach course 143 at 6.9 on the localizer. We need to be at 1698 MSL. Decision height we'll refer to at the bottom, and it's 16 feet. Sorry, 16 feet above sea level. Okay, missed approach. Pretty much going to climb to 2000 left direct CQA. So basically a precision turn back, enter the hold. Muni 2000, 1698 at 6.9 DME all the way in. And SLs with Pappy on the right. Minimums for today, 215, 1200 meters. So there you go, folks. And again, VREF 125. Go ahead and leave this as best I can for you. Goal for today's flight is to park in stand Charlie 40. Okay, we're going to go ahead now and descend to 2000. Yeah, 2000. That way we will be at our altitude. Okay. About 1,000 feet a minute's what I want to try to accomplish here as we descend. Okay. Flipping to that. Four miles. And we'll start we'll be starting our turn here any minute. Okay, we're through 4,000 and we're going to need speed brakes. Okay, here we go. Hang on, folks. $143. Going flaps 5. Okay, folks, coming down with more flaps. Got the runway in sight. All right, we are doing really good. Okay, flaps 25, we're slowed. Glide slope. Make sure we're set for it. R. There we come down it. Flaps 30. Lane's mine. Okay, auto brakes to medium. Nav, okay. All right, past 6.9, we're doing good. 1,000 feet. Stable approach. Landing. Okay, give it a little bit of power, see if that'll bring us up. Drifting a little to the right or to the left. That's correct. Landing. Stable approach, landing. Welcome to Nassau. So far, so good, folks. Okay, folks, welcome in. Lights off. Well, folks, so far so good. It looks like maybe we'll get into the gate. We'll see. We'll do a couple of approaches with it, and we'll see what happens, and then set up for today's normal stream. Again, if you want to watch us live, we're on Twitch, Flying with Mike. We sure would love to have you come aboard. If you do, hit follow. That way you know when we're going to be live. But as for now, the test flight so far, knock on wood, and I am knocking on my head, um, appears to be going well. We'll talk it through again once we get into the gate. Let's see if I can bring it up this way. Here's where we're going to be heading, folks. No, we're not going to be able to. Usually can't, so zoom down. As you could guess, there's a lot of puddle jumpers here, from Dash 8s to Islanders to CRJs and such, between Miami and here, let alone throughout all the Bahama Islands. But again, when Pan Am flew, this would have probably been the plane they used. And maybe their 100s, the smaller version. All right, so we're going to hop back in here, get our checks going here after takeoff check, or after landing checks. Okay, pretty simple stuff. Slow the plane down. All right, window heat. Pitot heat. Anti-ice transponder. Okay, speed brakes down, galley power off. Ground. And we'll get the APU here in a moment. All right, and we'll go ahead, kill the taxi lights so we don't blind a lot of people. All right. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fire up the APU, see how well that works. All right, let's get back outside the plane. Aha. Interesting. Interesting how they're set up here. Guess the bigger would move over, but brake set. All right, let's see how the APU's doing. Okay. Okay. Off the gens. And shocks in. Okay, seatbelt switch off. Beacons, they'll be on for a second, and let's go down here, kill the engines. Okay, back up top, now the beacons can be turned off. Nav lights, logo lights are on, everything else is off. Parking brake set, APU generator to power on. Okay, system A off. Bleeds open, packs set. And we're going to go ahead, fire it up. And we're going to go ahead and get the air cart going too. While we're at it, 45 seconds. Okay. All right, folks, we are on the ground. We don't have an ACARS system to stop. We'll just disconnect from ATC. Do a quick check here. 340 feet a minute. We'll take it. And finish that flight report real quick. All right, and let's look forward here in the plane. Get that. Well, we're gonna do just like we did in Kansas City Flight 2. We're gonna bring up some toolkit here real quick for y'all to see. Well, if I wouldn't have clicked that switch, it's the one right below it that we want. There we go. Okay, now if you're not familiar with Sim Toolkit and some of the utilities it has, folks, right over here on the left side, under My Flights, click Landing Reports. This is an actually really good tool to help y'all out. All right. So, okay, well, a couple of things I already noticed that are pretty good about the landing. The blue dot, as it says down here, that's the end of the runway. The green dot's where you touch down. And we touch down right in the aiming pit again. That's, to me, that's a great landing, folks, right? The fact you hit it. Now, 346, okay, a little rough, but not, overly to be, I mean, I saw the plane shudder when it hit the ground. But you know what, folks? That's a good landing. And you can see how you can learn from this. Okay, so I landed a little, okay, so you know how to adjust maybe next time. Your pitch, your speeds, we were a little slow, if you remember. 125, we were at 112 at touchdown. So you can see where you can learn, try to improve on your next flight. So another way X-Plane gives you that ability is to rewind the flight. However far back you go, I just go to the landing. I think that's a good point. And we'll put some music on here. Let me go outside the plane and let's watch it. Having a little thud there, folks. That is not bad. Reverse thrust, and we were good. Honestly, that was a good landing. Watch it again. Not bad. That's actually a pretty good approach, folks. And I took over long before 1,000 feet. I do some window views, folks, but we're not given that ability. This is one of my favorites. See the windsock, a little bit of crosswind, not much. Nice. Again, folks, that was a good approach. 346 feet a minute. I'm going to take it, folks. Wait a minute. That ain't anything I do. I have to take it. So let's see if the tower gives us. Whoops, that's not tower. That is. Well, folks, that is a wonderful landing. Welcome to the Bahamas. Again, 346 feet a minute. And no, most importantly, no crash to desktop yet. Folks, we're going to let a taxi in here, let the music play on. And hope you all have a great day. Look for the stream over at Twitch, Flying with Mike. That's where you usually see us hanging out, but we do post some videos from time to time. Thanks for flying with us. God bless you all. Have a great day. And like I said, we'll see you over on Twitch. Flying with Mike.